what we know from eating food is it affects three things. First of all, our satiety or our appetite. It affects our energy levels and it affects our emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when we eat, if 1 to 2 hours after we've eaten, we still feel full, our energy levels are still good, and our emotions still feel good, you kind of know you're eating the right kind of foods.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're hungry, you're not feeling good emotionally, you're feeling tired, you know there was something wrong in what you ate. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, from the hundreds of people I've worked with, so basically what you do is we do it's basically called fine tuning. So what we do is we fine tune the amount of fats, proteins and carbohydrates that people need to eat from meal to meal, day to day, week to week. Now it can change. It's stuck in stone. I mean, you know, for a woman,
with life
it changes
stage,
throughout the menstrual.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So for females, for instance, through the menstrual cycle, it will change. And most women will tell you they know when they're premenstrual, they generally crave carbs, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, but the environment affects what's right for you as well. So in colder weather, you generally go for more broths and stews and, you know, more kind of meaty kind of foods. Whereas in the summertime, you might go for more salads, more fruit, for instance.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's a method of teaching you how to tune into what your body needs.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some of it is genetic, but it's also environmental. So having worked with so many people, let me ask you this question, Jayne.
Mm-hmm.
How many people, when they've worked through the system, do you think I've ever worked with that felt at their best when they had a plants-only diet?
How many people?
Have a guess.
Ooh, I'm going to say maybe 10%, maybe less, maybe 5% of the people you've worked with. Am I on the right track?
Okay. Now, no. So I'm guessing I don't know exactly how many people I've worked with. I haven't added it up, but let's say it's 800 people.
Mm-hmm.
Not one felt at their best on a plants-only diet.
Not one.
Not one. Now, I've worked with vegetarians, but then they don't eat any animal-based foods, or you know, depends on what kind of vegetarian they are. So vegan, for instance, they won't go near any kind of animal-based foods, and then you've just got to make the best of it. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then obviously the other thing we know, and I know you're familiar with the work of Weston A. Price, and obviously he traveled the world and he didn't find any healthy native tribe that didn't eat any kind of animal foods. And again, mm-hmm. they always ate what was local to them. And if they moved away from whatever foods was natural and local to them, then they started to get sick.
Mm-hmm.
And then if they went back to where they were originally from and they ate their native diet, they got well again.
Mm.
You know,
yeah.
So if you're from Canada or Siberia, you're not going to do well on even a moderate amount of plant-based foods. You're probably going to get quite ill because that's not how your body has evolved.
Yeah, absolutely. And you wouldn't be able to find that food anyway. So there's another practical problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, that's fascinating. And you obviously know your depth of understanding of that metabolic typing is much, much deeper than mine. I just really touched on that, but it makes complete sense to me. And I guess to most people that we are also completely different. And whether there are, I don't know how many types there are. Is it 10 types? 10 types. There may even be more.
Yeah, actually, you are spot on. There is 10. Yeah. I mean, well, it depends. It depends how you look at it. But there's 6 main types, but then there's another type called variable type. So that's kind of 7. But yeah, that's just getting a bit more technical if we go beyond that. But even within each type, even within each metabolic type, everyone is still different.
Yeah. But and it's very interesting.
You go on. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry, it's very interesting that you talk about who does well on a vegetarian or vegan diet, and I did quite a lot of reading on this about what might define it. And even the way we process something like vitamin A is one of the key nutrients that differs. Some people can process that, the carotene that comes from the vegetables, the carrots, and convert that into proper vitamin A. Other people can't, or they can't do it very efficiently. So right there, you'll have a big group of people who will be suffering from vitamin A deficiency if they're on a vegan diet. And then there are the enzymes in the stomach that process carbohydrates, which are all very different. So if you're not somebody who can process carbohydrates really well and easily, you're not going to do well on those high carbohydrate protein foods like the beans, which you have to eat in absolute, huge quantities to get your protein. So I think it's fascinating. And, I take my hat off to anyone who is doing well, genuinely, on a vegetarian or a vegan diet. And if they're really listening to their bodies, and they are, one of the rare cases of individuals who can thrive, great, that's fine. But we shouldn't be recommending it to everybody as a standard across the board, all ages, all life situations kind of diet.
Thanks for watching the Radical Health Rebel YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to share with your friends and family, or share via your social media. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon to receive notifications of new video clips from the podcast. And if you want to watch the full episode, completely ad-free, plus premium content, and join the Radical Health Rebel Patreon community, head on over to the Radical Health Rebel Patreon channel at www.patreon.com/Radical Health Rebel. Thanks again for watching.